Although it was probably funny to some, my actions were an embarrassment to my family and a testament to both my audacity and poor spelling skills. I was not a particularly irreverent boy, but I always seemed to involve myself with activities that were much more enjoyable than reverent ones. In my adolescence, I figured out that if I sat in the last row of the church, I could stand with the congregation when it was time to sing or pray and silently slip out into the aisle and out the door. I'd walk down 34th Street, buy a candy bar, re-enter the church building, and hide until the service ended and I could blend in with the exiting parishioners. I enjoyed singing hymns, and getting to stand was a good way to keep the circulation flowing in my legs and buttocks. Sitting on hardwood pews seemed a cruel way to learn to be closer to the Lord, but in fact it often saved me from embarrassment. It was a biological fact that I, along with other boys my age, suffered from natural urges and reactions. This was all the more difficult to deal with when surrounded by beautiful girls all dressed up in their Sunday best with their hair smelling of perfume and hairspray. Why did Satan tempt in such cunning ways? There was nothing more intimidating or embarrassing than having an erection while standing to sing God's praise. I love that chapter. And there's one more I want to read, but do you want to read more?
What do you think?
I don't know. These are your people here.
More.
Do you want more? There's one I want. You want a train one?
Let me see.
I can pick one. You want one?
How about? I'll read Remember.
Okay. Do you want to do that now?
Sure.
Okay.
So I met Christine when I was in Texas Neural Rehab. I had had liver and kidney transplants in October 2007, and it didn't all go as planned, and I ended up with 2 E. coli infections and another neurological infection called ADEM, acute disseminating encephalomyelitis, which caused a brain injury. So I ended up at this neurological hospital, and they put me through, they had occupational therapy and physical therapy and speech therapy. Christine was my speech therapist, and I had meetings with her twice a day and fell in love with her. It's curious how at a point when it seems like your life is over, that you should meet someone and fall in love. So that's what happened. So while in rehab, I slowly began to regain my memories, learning how to walk, write, and spell again. My intent was to return to teaching comedy, and rehab was going to give me a chance to get my life back and really start living again. I focused a lot of time and energy on remembering things that no longer came to mind automatically and naturally. Before my brain injury, I forgot where I put my car keys. After my brain injury, I forgot what car keys were. I was aware enough to understand I should know what they were, but I had no concept of what they looked like and no idea whatsoever how to begin looking for them. These were the workings of a brain-damaged mind. I had to relearn to make sense of my entire world. I was extremely inattentive and almost unable to hold any information in my memory. I couldn't remember what my hospital room looked like or where it was after being distracted for just a second or two. I had to relearn familiar faces, simple phone numbers, and how to tie my shoes. Even operating the telephone seemed like an insurmountable challenge, struggling to think of someone's name or the date or of a past event was one thing, but learning how to walk again and remembering how to put on a shirt was entirely different level. I slowly began to comprehend that I'd lost my mind. I didn't have any idea how to find it or where to look for it. This dawning self-awareness was a positive clinical sign, but terribly frightening realization. I had no clue what had become of my ability to recall memories that I used to take for granted. I had deep thoughts about complex schemes that seemed brilliant until I began to examine them more closely and realized that I had been caught up in a foolish fantasy. I recalled memories that seemed fictional or extraordinary, but somehow made sense in a contextual way. Did I really call my mother at 6:30 in the morning, or was that just another crazy dream? Because the circuits were fried, I had to rewire my brain and transform the very electrochemical act of remembering. It was a strange sensation to recall old memories and develop new ones using new neural pathways. Old memories spontaneously appeared, and my ability to make new memories seemed to just happen. But I had no idea how to get there. Oh, all right, let's see, now I remember my room is this way. In hospital, my occupational therapist gave me a list of locations to find, such as the gym, the hospital pharmacy, and other places I frequented during my process of therapy. It sounded like a benign exercise, but I had to work very hard to navigate my environment with rewired circuitry. This has to be the way back to my room. There's the vending machine. Wait a minute. The hall looks different. I think I'm going in a circle. No, I'm not. There it is. It didn't help matters that every hallway looked identical. I began to question my insanity, and I felt awkward, unsure, and confident. Significant changes began to take place when I began to work with my speech language pathologist, Suzanne. She helped me rediscover my sense of humor. I was seated in my wheelchair wearing a hospital gown, and she came to my room, which only added to my embarrassment and displeasure. There was something about wearing a dress-like garment that felt emasculating, and to make my apparel even more ludicrous, I had to wear very tight white compression hose that began at my feet and extended to my mid-thigh. Suzanne jokingly called them my lederhosen. There I sat as she entered my room. She looked me over and quickly deadpanned, "I like your outfit." I shot back, "Thanks, I like it too. But they keep telling me I'm showing too much leg." Suzanne saw her opening and shot back, "That's okay, we can wax." We were immediately off to a great start, and she was the observant, sharp-witted Wisconsin native, and I was the smart-ass West Texan. Suzanne gave me exercises that were tailored to my speech, my specific deficits, and played upon my personal interest. Anyway,
Wonderful.
just remembering. So, one of my challenges is, what do you do with what you've learned after going through something like this? And the only thing I could come up, or the best thing I could come up with, is that other people probably go through very similar types of difficulties, and knowing that someone can come to the edge of a chasm and sense their own death and still fight back and come back as strong as ever, and to keep going, doing what you do that makes some kind of difference to people is that was my intention. So, I hope that I've made some steps in accomplishing that. And if you yourself or someone who's in a facing a dire situation like this, you know, I would be glad to speak with them or consult with them or help in any way I possibly could. Because that's, you know, the only really value I can see out of having gone through this is that perhaps I can help other people. So you know what I want to do now? I want to have some of my comedy students do some comedy and lighten things up. So so I tell you what, let me set this mic. Bill, are you still there?
Sleepy. I'm in the car. I'm in the corner. Help me.
All
How the
right.
black man escape?
Well, you're the man of the hour now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Bill O'Brien.
I never thought I'd get out that corner. Yeah, thank you for coming to the book signing. Got to tell Sam I'm gonna write my own book. Black Man in the Corner. Props and all. I didn't know Sam was a hobo. You know, that just freaked me out. I mean, and you know, it dawned on me. You know, he did eat a lot of beans. Still, boy, you could tell. Anyway, my name is Bill O'Brien. I am the host tonight, and I've got the unenviable job of trying to bring this place back to life. So, we have a great show tonight. We've got about 9 comics, and some of us haven't done comedy in years. I see a lot of people I haven't seen in ages. We all have grown older. Some of them cut their hair. Some of them lost their hair. Our hair used to be nice and black. I've got a nice little white thing going on. But anyway, so let's talk about the news. You know, did you hear about the KKK? I don't make this up, folks. They're actually inviting Latinos, Jews, and blacks to join. Did you hear about this? I am not lying. And it was one black guy in DC. He decided to join. I'm thinking, oh, hell no. That's an oxymoron. How the hell am I going to go? I'm thinking, okay, what about the initiation? Okay, Bill. I want you to sit here on the edge of this horseback, blindfold, and we're gonna put this rope around your neck. We're just going bungee jumping, mind you. Okay. That's just not gonna work. Oprah and Starbucks had joined forces. Have you heard about that?
No.
Do you guys live under a fucking rock or something? You got TV? Come on! These guys is all over the news, man. Oprah doesn't lend her name to just anybody. But Starbucks, I thought about it. I'm like, this is great. You can go get an Oprah latte, you can get an Oprah frappuccino, or you can get a big black Oprah. An Oprah nickel for you? Oprah nickel for you. Okay. Yeah, not into the Negro jokes. All right. All right, so these midterm elections, they really freak me out because 6 states ratified weed. And I'm thinking, if I was a politician, I would have just ran on that platform. I'd be like, if you vote for me, I will promise you a chicken in every pot and pot for everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. But that's not the big story. The big story is that there are corporations waiting in the wing. I swear to God. They're waiting for weed to go national. Anheuser-Busch, they're jumping on this. Think about it. They won't even have to change their slogan. But all you do is what's for you. Just a thought. Anyway, so what's in the name? I'm Bill O'Brien. I know I look Irish, minus the red hair. Thank you. I just want to let you know about my Irish heritage. Just a few things. We do have a family crescent. It's a pot of collard greens with golden macaroni, with two crossed drumsticks. And, that's right, that's our family crest. And that Riverdance thing, don't believe it. That shit was started, it's all about survival. We were trying to stomp the hell out of the roaches in the corner. That's all that was about. What do you call a person who, or a resident from Hong Kong? What do you think they call them? A Hong Konger. You get it? Hong Konger. What if they had a city in China called Ding Dong? Where you from? I'm from Ding Dong. I'm a Ding Donger. Yeah. Yeah, I got a Ding Dong for you. Yeah, I got some Ding Dongs. I got some chocolate Ding Dongs. No, that wasn't meant as a joke. I'm just saying, it's like, yeah, I got all the Ding Dongs you want if you went to Colorado. You get it?
Yep.
Okay. See, this is my job. My job is to crash and burn, to make all the other comics look great. And over the 20 years I have been doing comedy, that's the only thing I've died 1,000 deaths. This is nothing for me. Trust me. Right, Tom? Yeah, Tom knows me. Tom knows me. I'm the prince of death, yeah. Vladimir Putin. This guy is an asshole. He is a thug. He is a thug. But did he ever think what his name meant in English? Could you imagine him? Putin? Rudy Putin? What if he went to high school? Hey, Putin, put Putin in here. Somebody stink. Did you poop? Putin? I'm gonna keep saying poop till you laugh. Poop? Did you poop? Yeah, did you pee? That's what I'm talking about. So, I came from a family of 4 sisters. I had no brothers. I was a lonely man. The thing about growing up with sisters is that I grew up in the 60s and I had to go shopping for my sister's feminine products. And at the age of 10, I had no idea what these things were. Mama sent me to the store. The man, remember the man with the stick? How many of you remember the man with the stick? Okay. He goes to the shelf, he pulls off the big box with the bumblebee on it, right? I get the box, I pay the man for the box, but that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was on the way home. Carrying that goddamn box. Because those people would look out the window, and the worst ones was those little old ladies. They would just look at me and go, what an ugly little girl. But then I graduated from that to tampons. Now, I don't want to get gross on you, but I had no idea what tampons were. I was a 10-year-old boy, and all I saw was a stick of dynamite. I'm like, Jesus, a string? Oh yeah! Woo! You should have saw my backyard. It was littered with nothing but these little burnt up cotton and paper things. And of course, my sisters were livid. And my mom would just stand there and go, he just doesn't get it. He's just a boy. Now, so now I grew up, and guess what? I have 2 daughters, and it's been a curse. I'm not talking about their feminine problems, because, I referred that to their mom. Hey, you had your cycle? Talk to mom. I can't tell you anything about that. Thank you for telling me. That's all I said. Here's my problem. Toilet paper. Too much toilet paper. I cannot understand how these girls could just go through a roll or a box box of toilet papers. I mean, I'm talking about they're pulling toilet paper. And I can hear them like they're starting a lawnmower in the background. Pack, pack. I'm going, how much do you need? Slow your roll, girl. Slow your roll. All right. So anyway, I gotta have, this is Bubba, by the way. This is my sippy cup. I am not allowed to bring, but first of all, any married couples in here? Anybody got partners? Okay. Well, I am the kind of person that will bring a glass of water up and I will just spill it on the nightstand, but this is what my ex got me, my sippy cup, so I don't have to screw up. So, the other thing about my daughters is they love to go shopping, and I still hate shopping. I've got to go shopping with them, and they drag me along, and the worst part is that I have to go into the underwear thing place, and they're looking at panties and bras, and I'm just so uncomfortable because I am their father, but I'm like a creepy black guy with the two white girls, you know, two daughters. I'm just joking with that, but seriously. I go to H-E-B, and this is another thing that drives me crazy about shopping. It's like, when you put your groceries up there on the, you know, the conveyor belt, someone always got to slap that little bar down. Like, I don't want your groceries mixing with mine. You know? One day this lady had some melons. I had some bananas. I'm like, what's wrong? You don't want my bananas touching your melon? They're just fruit, lady. Just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Then they got to make that final push. You know what I'm talking about. Is everything okay, sir? Everything okay? Yes, yes, I got everything I got. Yeah, okay, fine. Would you like a Snickers bar? No, thank you. How about some shampoo? You think? I have no hair. Shampoo. Oh, I'm sorry. Hee 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 hee. And then finally, now since they have a bag ban, I hate this bag ban. I mean, because, you know, you go and you buy all this stuff and then you want to check out, and then they say, would you like to buy a bag for 27 cents? And I'm like, hell no, that's too expensive for me. I said, you know what, fuck that. I'm going back to my African roots. I throw the pineapple, I take the ice, and I take a bag and meat, and I walk out to the car. And that was my big finish. Thank you, my name is Will Brown. All right, so we got a great lineup for you. As usual, killing, you know. So, you ready for your first comic? Now, I cannot see anything. I can't see. I feel like I'm in a police lineup. Is Mike Fagan here? Fagan? Mike? Mike? Check. Mike 1, Mike 2. All right, we're moving on to the next one. All right, are you ready for your next comedian? This is a young lady. This is a young lady. Is Fancy Fairchild here?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're right there. I'm sorry. I told you I could see. Let's give it up for Fancy Fairchild. Come on, girl.
Well, I'm really glad to be here, especially tonight, because tonight I have a feeling of great personal accomplishment. I haven't actually done anything, but this new medication I'm on gives my self-esteem a real boost. I'm invincible. People may wonder how I got into stand-up. Well, a few months ago, I had some extra time on my hands, and I was looking for some kind of creative outlet. And one of my friends suggested stand-up. And I thought, wow, stand-up comedy. Now there's something I haven't failed at yet. Well, like a lot of comics, I've had a series of lousy jobs, or as I prefer to call it, gathering material.